Do you like winning in Call of Duty Mobile? If you do, then you have to at all times be mindful of the spawns and take control of them whenever you must, because the team that has the good spawn has the higher chance of a victory success. Meanwhile, if you're spawning on the bad side, then you will just die while trying to push most of the time, and it will be a lot more difficult. And so in this match, at first we had the good spawn, and it is basically closer to the first OBG area, but for some reason my teammates didn't seem to be able to take it, but like it is just the first spawn, so not the end of the world. But like you can see, whenever I die, I spawn in the good side. And so now I wanted to get some blue seconds, and then the point was expiring, so at first I wanted to take a bit of a control of the middle, because I noticed that my teammates were spawning in the correct side. And this is the bad, and camping there is the biggest mistake the enemies could have done, because they pretty much just handed the good spawn for us. As you can see now, I spawned in the good area, which is just besides the OBG. And so I died again. Now I was sent to the bad side. And my teammates were spawning here too. Now I did see the enemy in the minimap, but I died. Well, it is Odin's slow gun. And now what I'm doing is I'm doing a bit of a flank to the OBG. And I see that there are not many seconds left, so I'm also trying to control the middle, because we need to prepare for the second point. And so here I just got a few kills when I'm going back to the middle, to the OBG area. And for this OBG, the good side is the other one, not the initial one where you spawned, but the one where I'm going to now. And so I wanted to wipe the enemies and just get respawn, and I almost succeeded, but here I got shot. And so now we don't have a good spawn, and it basically just takes longer to reach the OBG area whenever you die, when you don't have a good spawn. But I still managed, and now you see that the spawn flipped. My teammates have a good side, the enemies have a bad side, which is a plus for us, and now we also still have a good side. Because for this next OBG area it is absolutely crucial to control this map side, and enemies, if they don't have it, then they will be spawning on the other side, and it will take them ages to reach the OBG. Like you can see here, when I use the cluster, enemies are on the other side. And so now my main focus is to basically just to camp in the spawn area to make sure that my teammates have it, because the difference of points is not very significant, and so if you lose the spawn it will be bad for us. Like in this and in the second OBG areas it is crucial to have the spawn. And so here I'm not pushing into the OBG, because look, whenever my teammates die I make them spawn on this side. Meanwhile, whenever enemies die, they are sent to the other side of the map. And so we managed to hold this OBG pretty much because of my spawn control, as well as the teammates who were actively playing OBG. Like, I had a pretty decent team, they were not some idiots who just camped angles for no reason. And now, as you were able to see, there were not many seconds left, so I was pushing out, I stopped controlling the spawn. Now I'm just doing a bit of a run around the OBG, just to get some kills, maybe get score streaks, and like make it hard for enemies to reach it, because we already have the OBG. Now I died and I got the good side, so it was easy for me to go to the OBG again. And the spawns we can be controlled by you, by your teammates, but like if you see that the spawn area is crucial, you must make sure to take just the initiative in your own hands and take the spawn, like I did in the previous area. And here I'm also doing this, trying to take the spawn rather, because here you can see I failed and we got the other side of the map spawn. And so what I'm doing now here is I'm doing a big flank, because I want to reach the spawn area where I am right now. So technically we almost have it now, but I just have to wipe a few enemies. So here I killed one enemy, and there was another one with whom I killed as well. And so now the spawn is ours, the OBG is ours as well. And there are still some seconds left, well, quite a lot of seconds left. So now we have the absolutely better positioning. And now since I saw that all my teammates are in the spawn, I'm pushing middle to just wipe enemies who try to push from their bad side. Now I did die, but I mean in this match I had the most kills and quite a lot of OBG presence, you will be able to see. So like, I think that in respawns dying is not a problem, for as long as you achieve victory and like achieve map control goals that you set in order to not lose. And so now for this spawn it would be best for us to have the other side, like I talked about earlier, and meanwhile now enemies we have the other side, which makes it harder for us to just reach the OBG and take control of it. And so for this reason we failed to take control of the OBG until this spawn flip. Now there's some enemy wrote fucking rats. Now I don't really know who they're playing like rat style. Rat is basically when players we just camp like various angles, various places, and such camping behavior is basically called the rat for what I know. And so now we had the good spawn, but the OBG is ending. So now it is crucial to have the spawn for the next OBG, which will be the final one. And so here you can see that I am doing a spawn control at first when I pushed into OBG. And well, yeah, now first I pushed into the OBG, now I'm doing the spawn control like I did earlier. So I got it a bit wrong, but you have a visual in front of your eyes, you can use your brain and kind of understand what's going on. And so now visitation isn't the best because the point difference is not too severe, and I'm pushing into the OBG because my teammates they did not have a spawn despite me being there, as you were able to see. And now this, it could have been the end of the match because we don't have a spawn, as you can see in the cluster, but me unlocking cluster and deploying it is pretty much what saved us. Because now the enemies we have no way of getting into the OBG, my teammates just had to push into the cluster and win. But in this match, I would say that the major part of holding the OBGs for a longer period of time was controlling the spawns, as well as good teammates. Like for the most part, we were actually trying to play OBG, which is just beneficial and pretty rare. And so I think that this match is just a perfect illustration of how the spawn control works and why it is absolutely crucial, because there were parts when we did not have it, there were parts when we had it, and it just should make it super clear for anyone who do not know what spawn control is or how to do it properly. And I believe that this is must-know knowledge that every player needs to know, and actually playing OBG getting the spawn is much more important than just camping for kills. Like I've had many defeats where some teammate had 0 seconds of OBG and like 40-50 kills and we lost, or an enemy had it and we won. Because when you just camp kills, all your enemies have to do is take the spawn or the OBG area.